The story begins in a small town in America where people are enjoying a picnic by the river. Suddenly a boat comes floating toward them, but there is no one inside it. When the boat gets closer, the people are horrified by what they see inside. There is a badly decomposed dead body lying in the boat. The body is in an extremely terrible condition. Soon, Police Chief John Hawkins arrives at the scene. Even before Hawkins gets there, Forensic Officer Connie has already arrived. She tells Hawkins that the body is in an awful state, and the strangest thing is that there are no bones inside it, only flesh remains. It is a very bizarre case. It seems as if someone has carefully removed all the bones, something that feels almost impossible to do. The body is sent for post-mortem. A doctor named Jacob examines it. After a thorough investigation, Jacob tells Hawkins that it truly appears someone has deliberately and carefully removed every single bone from the body. The biggest question is, how is this even possible? During the examination, Jacob finds a bee-like insect inside the body, seals the insect in a jar. Hawkins gives this jar to Connie and asks her to keep it safe. It might turn out to be an important piece of evidence and help determine the cause of death. Soon, Connie discovers the identity of the dead man. His name is Dr. Cole Parsons. He was a scientist who moved to this town about a year ago. His wallet and personal belongings are found in the boat. He was once a university professor, but he left everything behind and chose to live alone near the river. Deep inside the forest to properly investigate the case, Hawkins decides that he must visit the scientist's cabin. Introduced to a woman named Mag, Hawkins' ex-girlfriend. Mag works as a forest guide for the police. Hawkins meets her and shares all the details of the case. Mag knows the scientist. About a year ago, she had helped him transport some of his belongings. She also knows that he was working on some kind of experiment, though she doesn't know the details. Hawkins asks Mag to accompany him on the investigation, and she immediately agrees. Hawkins also asks Dr. Jacob to join them before leaving. Hawkins gathers more information and then receives another disturbing piece of news. The scientist had a young daughter who went missing about a year ago and was never found. After the child disappeared, the scientist's wife suffered a mental breakdown and was hospitalized for 3 months. She repeatedly blamed her husband for their daughter's disappearance. The next day, Hawkins, Mag, and Jacob pack their gear and head toward the dense forest. Part of their journey requires traveling by boat to reach the scientist's cabin. While they are on the way, Connie calls Hawkins. She tells him something shocking. The insect found in the body had died yesterday, but today it has come back to life. Connie asks if she should send the insect to the lab for further analysis. Hawkins tells her to wait until he returns. Connie also reveals that when the scientist's daughter went missing, his wife constantly accused him of being responsible. As night falls, Hawkins, Mag, and Jacob finally reach their destination. What was once a beautiful riverside home has now turned into a lonely, terrifying cabin. No one visits the place anymore, and there is no sign of maintenance. Mag feels sad seeing the condition of the cabin, as it was very beautiful when she last visited a year ago. Hawkins asks Mag and Jacob to stay outside, while he checks the cabin first to make sure there is no danger. He calls out to see if anyone is inside, but the place is completely abandoned. The furniture is scattered everywhere, clearly showing that no one has lived here for a long time. During his search, Hawkins notices strange things like the roof moving unnaturally, as if it were alive. Soon, he finds a room whose door is tightly locked. He decides not to open it yet and goes back to call Mag and Jacob. It is very late, so they decide it's too dangerous to return through the forest at night and choose to stay in the cabin. However, the atmosphere inside is extremely eerie. Strange and frightening sounds echo throughout the house. Hawkins tries to calm everyone, saying the noises are probably from rats or raccoons, but the tension continues to grow. Suddenly, the cabin's lights start flickering on and off, making the place feel even more terrifying. Soon they discover a basement door. Since none of them feel sleepy anyway, they decide to investigate. In the basement, they find a massive electric power generating machine, something that looks like a huge industrial charger. They don't fully understand its purpose, but it clearly seems powerful and dangerous. Hawkins remembers reading about a similar machine during his research before coming here. While searching the kitchen, they notice wires running from the cabinets up toward the upper floor. They realize that whatever machine exists in this house must be connected to the room upstairs. Suddenly, the locked room Hawkins had noticed earlier opens by itself, calls the others, and all three enter the room together. The walls are covered with strange photographs and mysterious symbols related to occult rituals. At the same time, there are scientific diagrams and equipment as well. It looks like a disturbing mixture of science and black magic.
Oh.
Some of the photos are extremely horrifying. As they continue investigating, a spider suddenly bites Jacob on the face. Terrified and panicked, Jacob runs out of the room. Hawkins tries to call Connie and asks her to find out who built this strange house, but due to electromagnetic radiation coming from the roof, his phone signal cuts off. Meanwhile, there is emotional tension between Hawkins and Jacob because of Mag. Before Hawkins, Mag was Jacob's girlfriend, and Jacob still has feelings for her. This makes the situation even more uncomfortable. When they prepare to sleep, Hawkins suggests that all three should stay in the same room so they can face any danger together. But Mag refuses, insisting that she needs her own room and cannot adjust with them. 9:45 AMV, 9Ks, TE40J, plus, %CapCut.com/mag, text-to-speech voice changer, selector results my voices. December 30th, 9:44 a.m., standing outside the house, live and perfectly fine. They rushed outside in shock. This was no illusion, Relio. Emotions Cole was truly alive and raged. Linda slapped Cole hard. 6:48 Cole didn't resist. Calmly, he said her anger was justified and told everyone to go inside and sit down. Library 291 Hawkins demanded answers. Where had he been? Did he download what happened here? Why was the house destroyed? He even told Cole about the dead body found in the Editmore boat. Cole laughed everything off and avoided Ho questions about the machine. Meanwhile, Connie kept trying to contact Hawkins. From the police station, the December 30th, 9:44 a.m., insect found in the corpse had not only come back to, was clearly life. It had split into two. The machine Velio emotions responsible. ACOB's condition worsened rapidly. D6252 horrifying mutations began. New nails grew over old ones, new teeth emerged, and bones started growing over bones. He was transforming at an unnatural download speed. Jacob began obeying Cole blindly, like a servant. When Linda saw Jacob's transformed body, she was audio only horrified and immediately informed Hawkins and Mag, audio and captions. They realized they had to escape immediately. But outside, they discovered that their boat had disappeared. Hawkins' suspicion toward Cole intensified. When Cole continued treating everything like a joke, Hawkins lost control, punched Cole hard, and tied him up. Linda suggested searching nearby for help. Hawkins and Mag went into the forest and reached a camping site filled with supplies. But inside they found numerous decomposed dead bodies. Horrified, they ran away. Mag started vomiting from shock. That's when Mag and the child Edsy was pregnant. Anna T was Hawkins. Back at the cabin, Linka pieced everything together. She entered Tinkerbell as the laptop password. Cole used to call her that. The laptop opened instantly. Inside were terrifying videos of Cole experimenting on people. Every person who passed through the machine emerged possessed by an evil force. Linda discovered the truth. The corpse found in the river was the real Cole. The man standing now was a monster created by the machine. Even worse, Cole had sacrificed his own daughter in one of the experiments. Cole locked Linda in a room to stop her from interfering. When Hawkins and Mag returned, Cole was gone. Hawkins told Mag to stay outside, and GR entered the cabin with his gun. Oddly, Jacob's body burst open, and a horrific creature emerged, attacking Hawkins. Hawkins fought with all his strength until Mag rushed in and shot the monster dead. Hawkins decided the machine had to be destroyed. He sent Mag outside for safety and prepared explosives using petrol and homemade bombs. Linda escaped her room holding an axe. She wanted to kill Cole at any cost. But in the basement, she saw her daughter entering the machine unoverwhelmed. Linda followed her and became another victim. Outside, mutated victims from the forest began surrounding the cabin. Mag fought desperately, but there were too many. Hawkins found petrol and rushed Liz upstairs. Linda, now mutated, attacked, forcing Mag to shoot and kill her. Upstairs, Hawkins and Cole fought brutally. Cole bit off 2 of Hawkins' fingers. Hawkins smashed Cole's head with an iron rod and set the machine on fire. The fire spread rapidly. Hawkins shouted for Mag to escape. She did, but Cole rose coup again and grabbed Hawkins, preventing his escape. A massive explosion destroyed the entire house. Hawkins sacrificed his life to end the madness. Mag was left alone, surrounded by horror. 8 months later, Mag pairs. Safe at home, Connie visits to give her peers Hawkins's belongings. After Connie leaves, Mag burns everything. Finally, we see Mag's rotten corpse lying under a tree, revealing the truth. The real Mag is dead. The one alive is a shape-shifting creation of the machine. BC 6278 10,000's voices are temporarily unavailable due to